It's not easy to write these songs.
With the release of his fourth solo album in 16 years, Bruno Mars is admitting that his tracks take a lot of finesse.
If my fans are wondering why it takes so long for me in between albums.
Yeah, so The Romantics is his fourth solo album. Now, granted, he did have the Silk Sonic album as well, so you could say he's had 5 albums in 16 years.
Or why my albums are so short.
Yeah, so his first album had 10 doo-wops and hooligans. Then his Unorthodox Jukebox also had 10 selections. And then 24K Magic only had 9 gems. And The Romantics also has 9 tracks to love.
It's very hard for me to get excited because I know what it feels like to be a part of a special song. Now, I'm not talking about charts. I'm not talking about awards. I'm talking about just for me. I know what it feels like to write a song, and I can't believe that whatever idea that I had I'm listening to.
And for Bruno, it started right out of the gate with his introduction to the pop world with a collaboration that he did.
Nothing on You from B.O.B.
Yeah, so that track came out in December 2009, and that was B.O.B.'s track featuring Bruno.
I was for years and years struggling in California, trying to be a songwriter, and I remember the day we wrote and recorded that song. I knew what was coming out of them speakers is something that I've never felt before. So I constantly try to feel that. That song came out a while ago. That song came out 15 years ago, which is crazy because I'm only 23.
It was actually more than 16 years ago, and Bruno is 40.
I'm constantly chasing those feelings, and I've had it throughout the years, but those feelings don't come every day. It's not that easy to get that.
It's odd to me that, Nothing on You is like his pinnacle. Like that's what he's trying to reach every time. Like Nothing on You, that's what you think is like the pinnacle of your work? Okay. So I guess Bruno's saying that the 38 songs that, have been included on his albums are that top tier special sauce. And that magic has only happened 10 times, 10 times, 9 times, and 9 times for each album cycle. I do think 24K Magic has a couple weaker songs on there. Like there's not all stellar 8+ songs on there. And The Romantics, I'm still listening to it, still deciding about it, but there's a couple songs that aren't top tier either.
I just got to keep showing up to the studio and hope one day God walks into the room and everything just fits. Everything, the chords, the groove, the melody, the lyric, it all just happens.
I don't know what it is, but I really have a problem with an album having less than 10 tracks. 9 just feels incomplete to me. You couldn't come up with one more song. His mega hit with Lady Gaga, Die With A Smile, fits perfectly sonically and thematically with The Romantics, way more than it did on Lady Gaga's Mayhem album. And actually, with Bruno leaning into his Latin roots a little bit more on this album musically, he and Gaga could have recorded a new version of Die With A Smile, done in the Puerto Rican style that she did on the Super Bowl. It would have been great. I do appreciate that Bruno isn't going the way of other artists and inflating his album with 24, 32 tracks on their album in order to inflate the streaming numbers. So I'm glad he's not doing that. He's just sticking to what the number of songs he wants to do. We mostly hear of artists that have hundreds of songs and they try to have to whittle it down to 14 for an album. So Bruno, I don't really buy this whole I can't come up with anything more other than 9 or 10 songs. But what are your thoughts on Bruno's shorter album track listings?